Hey guys, so we're back again today. I just wanted to do another lesson and make some more announcements. So make sure you watch the whole video because I'm seeing that you guys do this thing where you only go in and watch 4 minutes or 5 minutes and then that's it. And then you ask me a question that I've answered in the video. So if you ask me a question that was in the video, I'm just gonna say, watch the video. So we're done with that. You need to make sure you're watching the entire video and then asking me questions. There's important stuff at the beginning and the end of the video, so don't just like fast forward through my lesson because I'm also like telling you things in there. Like people have been asking me questions about the lesson and I've said it in the video. So please make sure that you are actually paying attention and watching the entire video. Cleo wants to say hello. You say hi. Yeah. Say I'm so sick of staying home. I miss school too. I know how you guys feel. Yeah. She has no idea what's going on. Okay. So Cleo's gonna go for a walk and we're gonna do a lesson. But first I got some information for you guys. Okay. So at this point you should all basically have a laptop because they were given out at school, and if you didn't have access to a laptop, they were given to you that way you could make sure you get access. So that's the first thing. You should all have a computer. If you still don't have a computer or internet access, can you please let me know because I'll make sure that you can get that so you can finish some work. Also, I'm pretty sure we talked about not going back till May 4th, so we're going to figure out some stuff with that. I'm also going to go live this week. I decided that I want to like have an actual like dialogue with you guys and not just be talking to a camera. So on Thursday at 1 o'clock, I will be live on YouTube. So if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe. I'm pretty sure you can get in easily. When I post about that, I'm gonna just give you the instructions on how to do it. That's gonna be Thursday morning. I'll post the instructions, and then Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Thursday is I don't know what the date is. Thursday is the 2nd. So Thursday, April 2nd, 1 o'clock, we're going to be having a live session. So that means you can come in, comment, talk to each other because I know you guys miss each other and all that good stuff. I think it would be good. I know a lot of other teachers are using like Google Classroom and all this stuff, but I really don't want to start something that we haven't used before. Like when you guys are at home, we haven't like talked about it together. So I think the good idea would just be to have YouTube Live, and just talk about some stuff, whatever you guys want to talk about, being home or the work you have to do, all that stuff. Okay. So I know I have a couple more things to say, but I'm going to say it at the end. I'm trying to keep this video short and sweet for you guys. So we're going to talk about 2 standards. I'm not going to be posting another lesson until Friday. So you're going to have the rest of today, which you have like a couple hours left of today. You're going to have the rest of today, tomorrow, and Thursday to get this work done. And then Friday, I'm going to give you some other work that's going to be for Friday and then Monday. Because there's 2 things I want you to do, to start. So the first thing I want you to start is going to have to do with the handy dandy whiteboard. It's going to be W10. So you're going to be writing routinely over extended time frames and shorter time frames for a range of text purposes and audiences. So something that other teachers have been doing, which I find is like super helpful, is having their students journal. And I know that sounds like kind of like lame or whatever, but I really want you guys to be journaling because this isn't just like impactful to your learning, it's also impactful to like the way you are socially and everything, kind of like the stability in your life, right? So there's like a lot of things going on that really kind of impact how your life goes, right? It's like a huge, like I'm feeling it, guys, too. Like it's crazy. I miss you guys so much. It's even hard for me to do this because like it makes me think about how much I miss you guys. So I know how you're feeling, and people have been telling me how they're feeling too. So something that I want you guys to do, and you can submit it to me if you want me to read it, or you can just write this for yourself, And what you're going to do is, I have the prompt here, is you're going to do a daily journal during the duration of this whole pandemic and beyond this. I want you to kind of get in the habit of journaling, because it's something that I've learned is very like useful to like getting your feelings out. So it's not just good to like write just to write, but like something that's going to actually be good for you. So you can interview family members about their experience, record your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. What have you been doing during this time? Games, electronics, virtual meetings, like Snapchatting each other, like going. I don't know if you guys use Zoom, but like going on a Zoom like with all of your friends. And this can be like your own historical record of the event in your life. Because if you guys like know, like in Miss D's class and stuff, you read like primary sources, right? Like things that came out of times like this, where people just wrote in a journal and they used it as a primary source to tell what it was like during this time. So you don't know, your journal could be used in the future for like the telling a way that students dealt with this time. So I know you guys have probably seen this notebook, but I get a different notebook every year for school. So what I've done is I've started writing, and this is my journal for just writing about like work and how it's going. I've given you a sample. I took one of my things that I've written down in here and I put it on Jupiter, so you can see an example of like what it would look like. Actually, I'll put 2 days on there, so you can kind of see what it looks like. It doesn't have to be long. It can be just like less than a paragraph, just so you can like, if you're not feeling anything that day, you could just write like, me, this is what I've been doing. I've been going on my Switch and playing Animal Crossing when I don't have to deal with Cleo. So today I just went on Animal Crossing, played my Switch, watched Netflix, kind of feeling blah. You can do that kind of stuff too, just to like remember how you were feeling. It doesn't have to be like a full out diary. But I think that's gonna really help you like process, because even if you say it's not hitting you at all, like it's definitely impactful to your life. This is like huge. So and I just want to make sure you guys are good. So if you could start a daily journal, that'd be great. And then if you want to keep a log of how long you do, like when I do my journals, I just put the time of day, because sometimes I'll go back and write. So if I do a journal entry, I might put like Monday, March 30th, 1:30 p.m. and I would write something. And then just let me know if you have any questions about that. I am eventually going to ask you to share something from your journal with me. That way I like know you're doing it. But yeah, so that's one thing I want you to do. The next thing is ignore the top. So it's RL6. It's analyzing how an author develops and contrasts points of view of different characters or narrators in a text. So the text that I'm going to give you is very short. It is a poem, which is easy, okay, to read. This poem is actually by a 15-year-old girl. And I'm going to send it to you, and I'm going to give you some questions to go along with it. But there's no other characters like per se in this poem, but she talks about another person. So actually, I'm going to read the poem to you. That way you can hear kind of how it's supposed to be read. And feel free to like open up the poem on Jupiter and just follow along with me if you want to. But I'm going to read it. So it's called A Bad Hair Day by Miriam Stone, age 15. So the day I met you was a bad hair day. This one piece of hair just wouldn't stay. You must have noticed, you must have seen, because although you weren't rude and although you weren't mean, you were just a little distant, your mind in another place. You weren't interested in me, I could see it in your face. So after a handshake, a talk for a while, you excused yourself with a pleasant smile. But what would have happened if my hair had looked good, if it wasn't sticking up, had stayed down like it should? Would we have talked longer? Would you have flirted more? Asked me to a movie as you walked me to the door? Maybe we would date, you would give me a ring. Soon we'd be married, have kids, the whole thing. Or maybe we would just have a shared night of fun, but it could have been love. You could have been the one. But instead you turned away, moved on to another girl, and again we were two strangers floating in this world. It's scary to me that my future could lay on one piece of hair that just wouldn't stay. So, this poem obviously, some of you might be like, oh, she's being dramatic because it's just her hair. Right? I mean, like, look at my hair, it's crazy, right? It doesn't really matter, it's just hair. But like, think about that internal struggle she had with herself, right? That this one piece of hair could have like impacted her whole future, right? If I had looked prettier today, like would he have talked to me? Or if I had acted a different way, would she have noticed me more, right? We all have these kind of like thoughts in our head. So especially now when we're at home, right? It's like, well, what if I was at school? What if I had known we were gonna um leave school before that last day? What would I have said to people? Like, I think about that a lot. Like, how would I have said goodbye to you guys? How would I have like prepared you for all of this? So that's something I kind of want you to think about when you're reading this poem and answering the questions. There are not a lot of questions. It's not going to be difficult. It's just something I kind of like. It's more of talking about like the theme of like um, what's important in life and how we like decide what's important and how we deal with the important things this week. So you have two obligations. Well, two things you could do, right? Do the journal, daily journal, even if it's every other day. I want to see you guys writing something down just to like get it out. I'm gonna share my journal entries with you, so you shouldn't be embarrassed. And these are like real. I didn't just write these for you guys. Like, I literally started a journal, and I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna show you guys what I've been writing as like something personal for me, so you guys should feel comfortable too. Like, we all have feelings. It's fine. And then I want you to read the poem by it's Miriam Stone, right? Yes, Miriam Stone, who is about your age. So I'm sure you're thinking these kinds of things too. I know you are, because several of you have told me things like this before. So I want you to read this poem and really think about it and do some reflection. Get the work done that I've put up there already, and I will see you guys Thursday live. If you want to come to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and comment. If you want to ask a question about the video, you can comment below. Like, that'd be the easiest way to do it. Instead of sending me a message to Jupiter, just comment below on the video. I'll check it like once or twice a day, and I'll answer your question. You can also subscribe to the channel. That way you can go back and see other videos easily. And if you have any questions, guys, feel free to text me on my Google Voice number, which I'll put in the message on Jupiter again so you guys have it. A lot of you guys are using that, so it's great. Or message me on Jupiter. You guys are turning in stuff. I'm keeping track on a spreadsheet. You guys are doing good work, those of you who are doing it, so please keep it up. All right, so happy Tuesday. I will see you guys on Thursday if you come to the live. Bye.